Start to notice the way your breath feels as it's moving through your body, noting the places, the throat, the chest, the lungs, maybe low into the belly. Follow the path of your breath outward. Feel it as it leaves your body. Notice that sense of expansion that you feel from the inside out as you breathe in. And as you exhale, notice everything coming back to the center, closer to the spine. Using your breath as an anchor, we'll stay with this moment of awareness as we move through the layers of our being here. So full breath in, full breath out. I invite you to breathe in a way that feels nourishing to you. With your next few breaths in, I invite you to follow your breath inward and let your awareness land on your physical body, on that physical layer of your being. As you land your awareness on this physical layer of your being, I invite you to notice any sensations that are present. And notice with a little curiosity, leaning in to pay a little closer attention to see what is really present here in this moment. There's no need to fix anything. There's no need to label anything as right or wrong. It's simply an opportunity to notice and to be with yourself in this moment. Full breath in, full breath out. Ride your breath inward and let your awareness land at the lowest portion of your body. Noticing the lowest extent of your lower limbs. As you let your awareness travel around this part of your body, notice places where your breath seems to flow, where there seems to be some room. Notice places that may feel more tight. Notice places that are sensational, or maybe notice places where there's no sensation. Leaning in to become fully aware of what it is that you're experiencing in this part of your body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And ride your next breath inward and allow your awareness to land now on the legs. Notice the knees, the muscles above and below. Feel the bones of your legs, the sides, the front, and back. Maybe staying for a moment on the back part of the leg, noticing again, where is breath moving? Where are things tighter? Notice any sensation that is present. Lean in with a little curiosity as you land your awareness here. Full breath in, full breath out. Ride your next breath inward and let your awareness now land on your pelvis, the hips, the sides, the front, the back of the pelvis. Notice the upper thighs. Notice the inner thighs. Notice the depth of the space in this area of your body moving past just the skin and muscle and bone. And now let your awareness land on the organs. Notice what's present in your pelvis. Classically, a place that holds so much meaning, so much movement. This is a place of filling and emptying. Notice what's here. Use your breath as an anchor to stay. Full breath in, full breath out. And now looking at the whole lower portion of your body. Taking just a moment to step back and see the whole lower half of your body. If this part of your body could speak to you, what would it say? Is there anything that stands out? What do you notice about this sensation in relation to your grief? Use your breath as an anchor to stay with your awareness. Full breath in, full breath out. And ride your next few breaths inward, now letting your awareness land on your torso. From your belly up to your chest. Noticing the sides. Letting your awareness travel around to the back body. Noticing the low back. Noticing the space along the side of your spine. Notice your shoulder blades, and beneath the shoulder blades, notice your ribs and your lungs. Notice any sensations that are present here. Become aware of the way that your breath moves through this part of your body. Full breath in, full breath out. Your next breath, ride it inward and allow your awareness to land on the whole front of your torso, your chest, your stomach. Looking to the layer of bone, notice your ribs, your collarbones. Feel your shoulders. Feel the whole right side of your upper extremity to its lowest portion. Noticing the right arm. Notice any sensations that are present here. Leaning in with some curiosity. Again, no need to make anything right or wrong. There's no need to fix, just being present with what you are noticing here. Full breath in, full breath out. Ride your breath in again, noticing your chest, your ribs. Beneath your ribs, your lungs expanding. Right in the center, your heart beating. Lean in, noticing what is present here. What are you feeling in this part of your body? Notice again your collarbones and your shoulder. And then allow your awareness to land on the whole left upper extremity, your whole left arm down to its lowest portion. And notice any sensations that are present here. Full breath in, full breath out. Stepping back for just a moment to look at your chest, your torso, and your upper extremities. You could ask, what is standing out? What do you notice most? If this part of your body could speak to you, what would it say? What is it saying? Full breath in, full breath out. Ride your next breath inward and now let your awareness land on your head, your face, your jaw, your neck. Let your awareness travel to the back of the neck, noticing the part that connects with your skull, the part that connects with the upper shoulders, feeling into all of the muscles and tissue. Notice what's present here, any sensations. Again, noticing how your breath flows, noticing where things may feel more tight. Use your breath as an anchor to stay with your awareness on your head and neck, and notice what stands out. What is this part of your body telling you? Full breath in, full breath out. And now I invite you to look at your whole physical layer. Once more, noticing the whole front side, the whole back side, top and bottom. And become aware of what is speaking loudest to you. Perhaps making a connection between this message and your grief. And breathe. Use your breath as an anchor. With your next few breaths, we're going to move a little deeper, breathing in and breathing out as we travel to bring our awareness to our emotional body. Allowing your emotions to come, to flow. Notice where your emotions land. Where are they held? Notice whether there's a connection between a physical body area and your emotion. Breathing, using your breath as an anchor to stay with this awareness of your emotion, to welcome emotion to come. No need to fix, no need to make right or wrong. Simply notice. Allow your emotions to come. Allow them to come into focus. Allow yourself to hear what is showing up the most today. Where is it in your body? How does it relate to your grief? Take a full breath in. Full breath out. We'll use our breath as an anchor to stay with this awareness, noticing emotion, noticing our physical being. And then with our next few breaths, we're going to move our awareness deeper, deeper still into that intellectual layer, into the mental body. And here we will welcome our thoughts to come into focus, to be seen, to move out of focus. There's no need to make any thought right or wrong. There is no need to hang on to a thought to tell the story. There's no need to anticipate what will come or follow what has been. Simply let your thoughts come into focus. Notice what is present, and then let them move on, welcoming the next thought to come. Notice as your thoughts come, whether there is a connection to an emotion that you felt or feel. Use your breath as an anchor to stay with this awareness. Full breath in, full breath out. Notice whether there is a connection between a thought and a sensation that you became aware of in your body. What is your thought layer telling you? What does it have to say about these sensations in the body? Full breath in, full breath out, staying with this awareness. And we'll take a step back, and now leaning into those thoughts, listen for what they have to tell you about your grief, about this process that you've worked through over the days together and that you continue to work for yourself. Full breath in, full breath out, just noticing the thoughts, witnessing. With the next few breaths, I invite you to move even deeper into your experience of your being, past the layer of the physical body, past the layer of the emotional body, past the layer of the intellect, mental body. I invite you to travel to that deepest, most pervasive part of yourself, your spiritual body. Some would call it soul. It is the highest essence of yourself, the truest part of yourself. As everything else in life changes, this part of you remains constant. This is the part of you that knows without thinking. Use your breath as an anchor to stay in this part of yourself. Full breath in, full breath out as you connect and become aware of what is present here. Full breath in, full breath out. Allow yourself to feel surrounded, this soulful part of you within you, without you. You are in it. It is you. What is here? Notice what arises as you stay with your awareness here. Using your breath to stay. Full breath in. Full breath out. Noticing what this part has to share about this process, about your grief, about your body, your emotion, your mind. Just a few more moments staying here in this spiritual body. Again, knowing this is the truest essence of yourself. Full breath in, full breath out. And then with the next few breaths, I invite you to allow your layers to come back together. Weaving physical layer with emotional layer, intellectual layer, all of it encompassing that highest self. And feel yourself whole just as you are, multi-layered, rich with awareness, sensation, knowing. Feel yourself coming together making yourself whole, just as you always have been, whole from the inside out. And take one more moment to notice, letting your awareness land on this wholeness of yourself. Noticing once more what stood out, what spoke to you the loudest, how you're feeling now, and what would you like to receive from your time in your next yoga practice, in your next workshops. What would you like to receive from this day? What would you like to receive from your work and from your openness and your commitment? Take a full breath in, a full breath out. And now from a fully integrated place of wholeness, compassion, awareness, you can start to come back into this space here, blinking your eyes open, gently moving your body, shifting once again on your seat, a little side to side. And we'll take just a moment for you to jot down anything that may have come up, anything you'd like to hold on to from that meditation. And then we'll move into our chair practice. So we'll just take a minute or two to take a drink, to prepare your body for some movement. All right, so we're going to do a chair practice today. And I do have along some blankets, and I have a couple cushions, and I have a strap. But not really, I don't really think anything is necessary today. If you don't have those props with you, this is a practice that I really hope becomes accessible to you as you sit in a chair, at a desk, in front of a screen. And it has a lot of different components that I offer up in other classes that I teach. Some of the classes that I teach, especially our classes like our yoga for amputees or our adaptive yoga classes, it's not as easy for folks to run about their space and collect props. So I try to offer things that are really just using your body and what you have at present. Also, a lot of times in these classes, we have slower transitions, a little bit more time between movement. So I will be thinking about that as I guide you through this practice as well. And I invite you to take the opportunity to move a little slower and to shift as we move, as we go through this practice, to just find again that connection with your own body and your own needs, using this as a time to just care for yourself. To really nourish yourself, to start your day and this work ahead with something that hopefully feels a little bit more gentle and easy. All right, so I'm going to scoot back into my chair. And Sarah, if you notice that something looks wonky or you can't see me, will you give me a holler? Because I'm going to step away from the computer here, okay? All right, I'm also going to talk louder too, since I'm not in your faces when I'm back there. Okay. So I am going to, my chair fits just right where my feet can land on the floor. But if you notice that your feet don't connect, or if you have a limb difference, you might want to bring in some kind of a padding or a cushion to bring the floor up so that you have a little bit more sense of stability. It can be really nice to have some connection with the floor and to bring the knees up so that the femurs are a little bit more in line with the hip. So from here, we'll just start connecting our breath with our movement. Coming into mountain pose, hands can come down to the sides of the body. Lifting the heart as you make room to breathe. We'll take a breath in and lift our arms, letting them connect at the top. And then as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down to our heart. Now, if you have any kind of shoulder tenderness and it doesn't feel good to lift your arms overhead, you can always extend your arms out to the side. And then again, let your hands come and bring your hands to heart. So keeping the arms at shoulder height or lower if you have shoulder tenderness. We'll do a few rounds of that breath with movement. Come back to mountain pose. Take a breath in as you lift. Exhale as you draw everything to the heart. Again, mountain pose. Breathing in to lift. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Mountain pose. Breathe as you lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Last time, mountain pose. Breathe in, reaching. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, we'll take a moment to feel the connection of this Anjali Mudra, hand to hand in front of the heart. Allowing your awareness to land on your body one more time, noticing what is speaking to you, what do you need, how can you tend to yourself today. Full breath out. And then we'll bring the hands to the hips. And we'll make a shape that we call snake in a basket, moving our body around our hips in a circle. Choosing to move as fast or as slow as you need. I like to envision my hips and pelvis like the face of a clock. And as I look down and move through this, I check in at each little hour, each little increment of time, and notice what's present in the low back, in the hips, in the hip flexors, which move all the way around. Noticing the front and the sides. And then leaning in with a little patience and adding my breath when I come to something that feels a little sticky or a little tender. So incorporate your breath here, full breath out, breathing in the way that feels the most nourishing to you as you move. And then we'll let our awareness land at the thoracic spine, the middle of our back, and we'll see what kind of movement we can find near the ribs, between the ribs, remembering the ribs are moving as well. There's muscle and bone connecting to provide access to movement as we breathe in and breathe out. So feel into that sense of expansion, feel into the sides of the ribs, feel into the sternum as you come forward, feel into the space between the shoulder blades as you move back. Use your breath to really connect with your movement here. And then we'll let the awareness travel to the shoulders and the neck, and very gently, very slowly bring in some of that motion to the head and the neck. Full breath in and full breath out as you move here. We'll go around once more and then meet in the middle here, finding that mountain pose, connecting the sits bones to the chair, feeling the connection with the lower limbs, the feet. We'll do a little shoulder shrug here just to reset. Take a breath in as you shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale as you set them down. One more time, just like that. Breathing in, breathe out, set it down. And now we'll do snake in a basket going the other direction. So remember which way you were going and now switch it up. Honestly, I forget when I'm talking. I have to give it a try and then be like, oh, I already did that. Just like on the other side, moving through that clock face. If we could envision our pelvis like a clock, checking in at each increment, noticing what's present in the hips and the low back, and leaning in with some gentleness and breath if we come to something that feels a little sensational or sticky. Let your awareness start to travel up your spine and once again landing on that middle part of your spine, the thoracic spine, the ribs, finding some nice expansive movement here, reminding yourself of all the movement that's possible in this part of your body. Really connecting with the breath, breathing in to feel expansion, breathing out to feel that coming back to the center. Notice the sides of the ribs. Notice the sternum. Notice that space between the shoulder blades as you pull back. Add your breath. And then again, let your awareness travel to the shoulders, the neck, and the head. And incorporate that part of your body into the circular movement, nice and slow and gentle. Full breaths, nourishing breaths. Welcome your breath and let it go. And then we'll come back to the center, finding once more that mountain pose, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears. Take a breath. Exhale as you set it down. Good. Now we'll bring our awareness to some movement in the neck specifically. And we'll do that by imagining that we have a pencil or a pen on our chin. We're going to draw a circle in the air with our chin. We'll find some range of motion in our neck while still being very gentle, not overextending or hyperextending. That's why using the chin as the guide is so nice, because if you have any kind of neck pain or you have had a history of some surgery or some hardware in the neck, it can be a little tricky when we do some of these really big neck movements, especially when we're doing back bends, heart openers. So just getting a baseline by moving the chin in a circle and feeling into what's present in the neck. Great way to start. And then we'll switch directions with that circle. You can start with a smaller circle and then allow it to get a little bigger as you feel into the baseline of your range of motion in your neck today. Adding your breath. Full breath in and out. And then we'll come back to that neutral spine. Sitting up as tall as feels good, lifting the heart. We'll bring the right ear down to the right shoulder, extending the left arm away. Again, if you have any shoulder tenderness, you can keep your arm a little lower than shoulder height. We'll find some gentle movement here, gently letting the arm come down to the hip and then raising it back up. Gently let the arm come down to the hip and then lift it back up. You can add your breath with this as you exhale and come down. We're going to switch it up here now. Turn the palm facing upward and lift the arm that way. Turn the palm down and let the hand drop. Turn the palm up, inhale, lift the arm. Exhale as you turn the palm down and let it drop. Good. Let your chin come to the center of the chest and gently rock your head side to side. And then bring the left ear over towards the left shoulder. No pinching or squeezing, just leaning in that direction. And we'll extend the right arm away. Again, mindful of shoulders and being compassionate about any shoulder tenderness. Let your arm drop down. Let your arm lift to the height that feels good to you. Let the arm drop and let it raise. Adding your breath, exhale as the arm moves. Inhale as you lift. And then we're going to switch it up with that palm. So turning the palm upward, inhale as you lift. Turn the palm down, exhale as you lower. Palm up, inhale to lift. Exhale, palm down as you lower. One more, palm up, inhale, lift. Exhale, palm down, lower the arm. Chin rolls to the center of the chest once more, gently rocking. And then bring your head back up to that neutral position. And we'll carry on with just a little bit more movement at the shoulders here. The hands can come closer to the shoulders and we'll make a circle at the elbow here. Just like we did with those chin circles, we'll start with a small, slower circle, and you can explore and increase the size of that stretch as you like, as you notice where you are today. You could do one arm at a time, both arms, and remember, you choose how fast you want to move. Add your breath here, becoming aware of your breath as you move, feeling into the range of motion at the shoulders, feeling into the chest and into the back body as you move. And then we'll switch directions with those arms, with those elbow circles. Once again, starting with a small, slow circle. And then as you come into awareness of where your shoulder is today, you can expand that circle, finding a little more stretch that feels good to you. Adding your breath as you move, making that connection between our breath, our awareness, our body. We'll go around one more time here and then release the arms and stay for that moment of relief that we feel from letting go of the work. Shake out the arms a little. Shake out the hands. Good. Okay. So moving on here, we're going to move down and start to focus a little bit more on the spine, moving into the six moves of the spine. So we'll start by doing a forward fold and doing a gentle back bend. So to begin, you can bring the hands to the tops of the legs, and we'll start to crawl our hands forward as we fold over our lap. Hands can travel as far as you like, down towards the feet or the lower limbs. You could also rest your hands for some support on your knees as you fold forward. I like to check into two sensations in a forward fold. One, I keep the heart lifted, and I experience what it feels like to have a strong, flatter back as I lift my heart folding over the lap. And the other shape is to allow the shoulders and the neck to round forward, letting the head hang heavy, shaking your head yes and no. See what feels good in your body. Try in both of those shapes, lifting the heart, feeling into that strong back, exhaling and letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, this time we'll all lift our heart and we'll bring our arms out to a T. So we're doing sort of a half lift here with a T shape in the arms. Push down into your feet into your hips and rise back up to a tall seat. Let the arms rest and feel the release after that. Okay, we're going to do another one of those, keeping in mind those different sensations that you can explore and feeling into that grounding sensation that we can feel from a forward fold. Hands can come to the lap, crawling your hands forward as you come forward over your lap, allowing the hips to remain connected to the chair, feeling the connection with your feet or your lower limbs to the earth or to any cushioning. Finding your breath here, full breath in, full breath out. And then one moment of awareness as you breathe into the back of the lungs here. Visualizing and breathing into the back of the lungs. Full breaths, nourishing breaths. And then once again, we'll bring our arms out to the side, a T shape or a cactus shape, pushing into the hips, strong thighs, strong hips as we lift back up into a tall seat and release the arms and shake it out. Okay, so now let's find our back bend here. Forward is one wonderful movement of the spine. Extension or back bend is another. So a couple options here. One is to bring the hands and clasp them together behind your back near the tailbone. Another is to capture the seat, the chair, and bring your hands to the metal supports of the back of your chair or even the seat of your chair. And then a third option for a back bend is again to find that cactus pose, to squeeze the shoulders toward one another. Whatever you choose to do with your arms, we're going to bring our focus up to our shoulders and our neck here. We're going to squeeze the shoulders together closer to one another, shoulder blades coming closer and closer. And then we'll strengthen the muscles in the back of our shoulders and our neck. Like we're going to create a little pillow of muscle that we can rest our head on. From here, lift your heart and let your chin lift, and perhaps you drop your head back onto that strong cradle you've created of your muscles. Supporting our neck as we lean back, as we squeeze our shoulders together, and then bringing our awareness to that open-hearted, open chest feeling as we lift the heart. This is a great place to breathe through your throat. So I invite you to breathe in through your nose and exhale out the throat. But we're going to do two more of those. Take a breath in, breathe out. One more, just like that, breathing in through the nose. Breathe out. Release the arms and the shoulders. Let the shoulders round forward as you bring your neck back into neutral spine and shake it out a little. Shake it out. Shake your arms and your hands like you're shaking water off after doing the dishes. Not that I want to talk about dishes during yoga, please. All right. Okay, so forward, back. Now we're going to move in a lateral bend with our spine. So a hand can come to a hip, or it can come to the base of your chair. And the other arm, in this case, I have my left hand or my right hand down, my left hand lifted. The other arm can lift to any height that feels good to you. You can stretch way up if that's available. If you're experiencing shoulder tenderness, keep the arm at shoulder height or lower. If it doesn't feel good to move your arm, lift the shoulder and the upper left quadrant of your chest. We'll still find the same lateral movement in the spine, okay? So you choose. I'm going to do the movement without lifting my arm today. My right hand is going to come and stabilize me. Taking a breath in, we'll lift that left shoulder, left arm, left side of the body, and then exhale over to the right. Feeling that movement, that stretch coming from the center of your body, visualizing your spine as you bend, visualizing your chest as it moves in this shape as well. Shoulder can lift, arm can lift, feel into the stretch on the whole left side of the body. Feel the connection with your hips as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back up to a neutral shape, and then we're going to flow with it a little. So again, the left arm can lift, taking a breath to reach, and then exhale as you bend. And I invite you to move in the pace that feels good with your breath. Exhaling to bend, inhaling to lift, or choose to find stillness in this shape. Whatever works for you, take it. As you move, I encourage you to bring your awareness to your hips and to your lower body and allow yourself to stay anchored, especially on that left side as you lean away. As we lean to the right, anchor down to the left, feeling that bit of tension. One more time as we bend. Inhale to lift. Let the other hand come up to meet. Hands can touch at top. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. Notice how you're feeling. And then we're going to move into that same shape on the other side. So now the left hand will come down, connecting to the chair, connecting to the hip. The right arm is going to lift to any height that feels good. You can reach that arm straight up if that's available, or keep that cactus shape, or simply moving shoulder and right side. Take a breath in as you lift. Exhale over to the left, anchoring down with that right hip, anchoring down with that right thigh, pressing into the chair. The right foot, if that's available, feeling the connection and the stability from that right side anchor. Breathe in to lift, and then you choose finding some flow here or finding stillness, up to you. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling into the spine as it moves, feeling into that sensation of anchor, feeling into the sensation of stretch along the right side. Exhale, one or two more. Inhaling to lift. All right, last one. Exhaling as we bend. Inhale to lift. Let the other arm come to meet it. Hands can touch and pull down to heart. Take a breath. Let it out. Wonderful. Okay, so forward, back, side, side. 4 movements of the spine you can do at your desk or anywhere throughout your day. And now we'll do the last 2. We'll twist. Gentle twist from a seat. Right hand crosses over to the left knee. Left hand either lands on the chair for some support, or perhaps you extend that left arm away from you at shoulder height or lower. Take a moment to notice your spine. If you find yourself rounding forward, you back out of that twist a little bit to give yourself some room to breathe. But then as you are feeling into your body, allow your chest to start to turn towards the side. Take a moment to bring your awareness to your hips and to your pelvis as well, finding that twist there, drawing the low belly in and towards the left hip. Perhaps the last thing that actually will twist to the side is the shoulders. A twist can be a very small movement, or it can be a big movement. And I encourage you to take what you need from your twist today. You can look over your back shoulder, involving your neck in the twist, or you can look over the left shoulder towards the screen. Up to you. Take a moment to breathe here, feeling your breath move your body, feeling your body move your breath as you breathe into that bit of resistance that is caused by the shape of your body. Full breath in, full breath out. And then we're going to unwind, coming back to the center, shaking it out a little bit, staying for that delicious feeling of release and relief after the work. All right, twisting to the other side. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand can land at the chair, at the hip. Perhaps it extends away. Notice your spine. If you're rounding in, back out of that twist, giving yourself room for a tall spine. And then bring your awareness to the lowest part of the pelvis and the spine and start your twist there. Drawing the belly in and back towards the right hip. Last thing to twist, the shoulders, the neck. Take a moment to feel into your neck, looking over the back shoulder, the front shoulder. Find your breath here. Feel your breath moving to your body. Feel your body moving as you breathe. Feel that bit of resistance as you fill your lungs, a deep belly breath perhaps, and then let your twist push your air out. As you're ready, unwind, coming back into a neutral seat. Hands will come to the tops of the thighs, and we'll move into some cats and cows here. Exhaling everything out as we round forward. Inhaling to lift the heart and let the shoulders drop away from the ears. So this is our cow pose. Exhaling as we round forward, cat pose. Inhaling, lifting the heart, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, cow pose. One more of each. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. And then back to a neutral seat. Bringing our awareness now to the lower body. We're going to rock the knees a little side to side. Feeling some movement at the hip joints. Noticing the knees moving. You might notice the ankles and feet moving as well as we move in this windshield wiper shape. And then we'll plant the left hip, left thigh, left foot and lower limb on the floor, using that to stabilize us as we bring our hands to our right knee and give a squeeze, bringing the right knee closer towards our chest, closer towards the armpit. Take a breath, lift your heart. Exhale and set it down. We'll do that 2 more times. Same side here. Right knee, bring it up, lift the heart. And exhale, set it down. Last one. Lift the right knee, lift the heart. Still feeling that stabilization on the left side. And then set it down, rocking it out. Moving our awareness over to the left leg. Right leg now becomes our stabilizer. Right hip, right thigh presses to the floor, the chair. Right foot or lower limb in contact with the floor or cushion. Hands can come to the left knee. Give the left knee a squeeze, bringing it closer to your body. Lifting your heart as you do, breathing in and breathing out. Setting it down. Again, same side. Grab the knee, squeeze it closer, lift your heart. Exhale, set it down. Last time. Here we go. Squeeze that knee in. And set it down. Rocking side to side. Again, anchoring with the left side here. Left hip, left thigh presses down into the floor. Bringing our awareness to the right leg here. We're going to bring the knee up using our hands as a support. We're going to move the knee in a circle. Finding this shape and this movement we call circumduction at the hip joint here. Gently moving in one direction. Continuing to stabilize with that left side. And then let's switch directions here, moving that knee in the other direction in a circle. Set that knee down and then heel toe that right leg out to the side here. Taking a one-sided open hip posture. From here, we'll extend the arms out. We'll find a warrior pose. So right hip and right knee moving out to the side. Left hip straight forward, closed hip posture on the left side. Feel your hips connecting with the floor. Feel that expansion coming from the center of your chest and moving outward to the furthest extent of your upper limbs and your arms. Turn your head and gaze over that right hand, taking a breath and exhaling. Just another breath or two in this shape. Lifting the heart, squeezing between the shoulder blades. And then we'll rest. Hands can come to heart, resting the shoulders. Notice how you feel. Notice how energy is moving in your body. And notice what's present here. Again, we're going to find that warrior pose. And here we're going to switch things up a little bit. We'll move into a reverse warrior. So left hand can come to the hip. Right palm will lift up towards the ceiling. Continue to anchor down into both of your hips, using your left hip, left thigh pressing into the chair, and then bring your awareness to the right leg, the right hip, the right thigh, the right foot, reaching upward with the right hand. Take a breath to reach. Exhale right where you are. One more. Returning to warrior two. And then hands to heart. Take a rest. All right. Last shape on this side in the warrior series, we'll take an extended side angle. So hands can come out to the side again. This time, the right elbow will come towards the knee, or the arm can stretch down past the leg or past the knee towards the calf. If you have a block could be nice under the hand as well. But I usually rest my elbow or just gently press my elbow into my knee as I extend my arm along. So you get to choose what feels good to you. Elbow, extended arm, you choose. And then the left arm is going to lift. And again, we're lifting to any height that feels good to you. You can find that cactus shape. You can lift just the shoulder. You can lift the arm. You choose your extended side angle shape here. Pushing in the hips into the chair, drawing the belly into engagement, surrounding the spine with the muscles in your torso, feeling the side stretch on the left, feeling the strength on the right, and then maybe you turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Take a breath, let it out. One more breath. And then imagine someone is pulling your left hand up. Let your right arm come up to meet it. Hands can touch at the top. And then draw the hands to the heart. While we have our hip out on this side, we'll take just a moment to lift and lower the heel, feeling a little bit of movement and engagement in the lower leg on this side. And then bring that foot back to the center. Rock the knees out side to side, windshield wiper style. And then we will repeat that warrior sequence on the other side. So now our right leg is going to be our closed hip posture. So right knee comes forward from the hip. Right hip anchors, right thigh presses into the chair, right foot or right lower limb connecting to the floor or cushion. Left leg is going to heel toe coming out to the side. Finding stability in this shape. And then from here, we'll move the arms out to the side. Strong shoulders, squeezing the shoulders toward one another, lifting your heart. Let this be expansive in the chest, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, turning the gaze toward the left hand, feeling that strength and energy radiating from the center of your body, from the heart, from the spine outward. Strong shoulders, engaged belly. Take a breath. Let it out. One more, two more. And then rest, rest. Feel relief. Feel the sense of release. Feel that wonderful moment of not working after the work. And then again, finding our warrior arms, extending that energy from the center of our body outward. We'll find our reverse warrior. Right hand can come to hip or chair. Left palm can lift and the arm can reach to any height that feels good. Again, anchoring down with the lower body. Feel your hips connect to the chair. Feel your thighs pressing down toward the chair. Feel the lower limbs connecting. Take a breath as you reach upward, expanding in the chest. Exhale as you feel the rooted connection with your base. Another breath. And then exhale back to warrior. And then hands to heart, release, relief. Last shape on this side, extended side angle. Again, we're going to reach our arms outward, and then you choose. This left elbow can come down to the knee, or perhaps the arm just extends long past the knee, using the knee as a little bit of support, or even as a little piece of connection for engagement. The right arm can lift to any height that feels good. Again, cactus arm, or it maybe even just the shoulder is lifting. Do what works for you today. Finding your extended side angle. Letting your awareness travel all around the upper body, feeling the lifted connection, feeling the strength, feeling both the stretch and the work, the stable work. Push the hips down to the chair. Feel that sturdy base. And maybe you turn your head and gaze toward the ceiling, taking full breath in, full breath out. One or two more breaths. And then imagine someone is pulling you upward. Let your left hand come up to meet the right. Hands can touch at the top, drawing towards the heart. Taking just a moment to lift and lower the left heel. If that's available, feeling into the muscles of the lower leg. And then we'll heel toe our foot back into a closed hip position with the knees pointing directly in front of us. So we've just worked through some wonderful movements of the spine. We've done an empowering warrior series, really feeling our strength. And now we're going to move into a heart-opening pulsation movement here. And I invite you to really become aware of your breath. We're going to switch it up a little bit. And this is going to embody that connection that we have with the outer world. So we're going to embody that ability that we have to express ourselves and that ability to give and to take, to share, to receive. We're going to do that with our movement and our breath. So stay with me here. bringing the arms out into a cactus shape. We're going to exhale right now with our arms open. Exhale. Then we're going to inhale, bringing it together, bringing the arms together. And exhale as we move our arms out. Inhale, draw towards you. Exhale as we open. Inhale, drawing towards. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, bringing in what you need. Exhale, giving away what you don't need. Inhale, drawing in the strength, the love, the support of the community. Exhale, giving it back, being here for it. Inhale, drawing in what you need from the universe. Exhale, send it back out. Inhale, pull that love to you. Exhale, give it away. 2 more movements for you. You choose. What are you bringing in? What are you giving away? Breathe in. Exhale. Reach the arms out, stretching from the center of your chest. And now wrap that left arm around you, wrap that right arm around you, and give yourself the biggest squeeze. Give yourself a hug. Hold yourself tight. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. 1 more. And then release. Release. Let your hands rest on your lap. Gently roll your chin from side to side. Okay. We're going to work on a balance pose, tree pose. And I invite you to bring this part of the practice in as a metaphor for the growth of our process, for our ability to be connected, for our ability to be challenged in our balance, to receive and embody those qualities of the tree that bends with the wind but doesn't break, the tree that grows during some seasons, is dormant during other seasons, but is constant. That can be a metaphor for us. So I invite you to feel this as we move into our tree pose. And there's some great variations that we can do for a seated tree pose. So 1, you can cross one, oh, sorry, wrong pose. We're going to, one variation is to bring the right knee closer until it's touching. Oh, let me fix this here. Let me start that over here. Bringing the right heel towards the left heel, letting the right knee move out to the side. Here's one version of tree pose. So the toes are pressing into the floor, the heel is lifted. Another variation, if you have a block available, is to grab that block, bring it next to the left foot and rest the foot on the block. Another variation of tree pose is to bring the heel towards the leg of the chair. And again, the toes can touch, the heel can be lifted, and the right knee is coming out to the side. So I'll show those again. Heel can come in towards the left heel. Heel can rest on a block, or heel can connect with the chair. There's just a couple of the variations that we can do a tree in our chair. So whatever you choose here, bring your awareness now into that left leg, that left foot. This is the foot that is connected to the earth. Press the hip down, press the thigh into the chair. Feel the connection with the lower limb, wherever it is landing. And from here, bring your awareness into your hips and your torso. Allow your spine to start to grow long. Let the hands and arms come down, finding a mountain pose shape for just a moment. And then you choose how high do you want to lift your arms. Again, maybe you find cactus. Maybe the hands touch at the top. Maybe you find some movement with it, flowing a little side to side. However you choose to move your upper body, allow your lower body to remain engaged, connected, rooted. Find your breath here, allowing your breath to move with your energy upward. Exhale, feel that grounding as energy moves back to earth. Take a breath, let it out. Feel your connection with the tree pose, remembering that you are a part of nature. You're a part of nature too. One more breath. And then let your arms come down. Let your hands come to your heart. Just a moment of gratitude for being a part of nature. And then we'll switch. So releasing the left foot, finding that movement at the hips, rocking the knees a little side to side. And then we'll come into tree pose on the other side. So again, you choose what's going to work on this side for you. Does it feel good to have the left heel come towards the right heel? The left knee out to the side. Maybe a block would feel better under that foot, or perhaps bring the heel to the leg of your chair, finding that open hip posture on the left side. Bring your awareness again into the right leg. Feel the stability of that connection right there. This is where balance may be challenged, as our other side is not as connected to the floor. And now draw the strength in, moving the spine upward as you engage in the torso, allowing those muscles to wrap around your spine, making you taller and taller, and then lift the arms to any height that feels good to you. Perhaps the hands touch at the top. Perhaps this cactus serves you today. Again, finding that strength in the shoulders, squeezing, opening the heart. You choose. Maybe you find stillness here, breathing, feeling the connection, or maybe you feel a little flow, allowing the flow to also test your balance. Whatever you're doing, bring your awareness to your breath. Breathe in, feel energy rising, growing up. Exhale, feel energy moving down back to earth. Breathing, feeling your engagement, feeling that connection to nature just as you are and always have been. Full breath. Full breath out. And when you're ready, hands can come to heart. And then gently we'll release out of that tree pose. Knees can come forward, finding a little rocking. We'll take one more forward fold, back bend, and gentle twist. And then we are going to take our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. So coming back to our mountain pose. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale to let the hands come to the lap as you crawl your hands down, folding forward. Taking what you need from this fold, breathing into the back body, exhaling, letting it all drop to the floor. And then walking your hands back up, coming to that tall seat. Finding the back bend of your choice. Hands can clasp, hands can rest on the chair or cactus. Squeeze the shoulders, no matter what you've chosen to do with the arms and the hands. Squeeze the shoulders, make a cushion for your neck, and then lift your heart. Another breath in. Breathing out through the throat. Let the arms release, shoulders release. Shake it out. Gentle twist, right hand to left knee, left hand moves back, twisting to the left. Take a breath. Let it out. Unwind, coming back to the center. Gentle twist to the other side, left hand to the right knee, right hand comes down or moves back. Twist. Breathe. Unwind back to the middle. Gentle cats and cows. Inhale. Exhale, curl in. Any last movement that your body calls for, this is the time to take. And then we'll settle in for our Shavasana. So I invite you to either stay on your chair, or maybe you move down to the floor and lay on the floor. Another nice thing about having a chair right there is if you choose to come on down to the floor, maybe you rest your legs on the chair. Take a variation of that legs up the wall. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like that. Okay. If you're sitting in your chair, this is an invitation to lean back, to let your body get as comfortable as you can in that position, extending the legs, finding any shape of the legs that serves you, that feels restful. If you have a blanket, you can roll your blanket up into a snake shape. And you can place it around your shoulders and tuck it in by the arms, allowing your arms to hold it. This can be a really nice pillow for your neck as you let your head rest. Gives a nice little sense of containment. So that's a really nice variation for a Shavasana in a chair. You can also rest that blanket on your lap or cover the front of your body, warming yourself as you rest. The blanket or cushion can be a nice little sense of grounding. And if you don't have a blanket, this is what my mentor, the beautiful Marsha Danzig, founder of Yoga for Amputees, who passed away in January of 22, she offers up this. One hand reaches and takes hold of your rib cage. Other hand tucks in, reaches, takes hold of your rib cage. And just feel that warm inner connection as you hug yourself. Yoga is such a gift. That, along with meditation, gives us a chance to connect our mind to our body, our mind to our breath to our body. And as we move into that place of connection, we can start to feel a little more space within, a little more room to start to feel what else is present, to come into connection with our emotions, to start to watch our thoughts and notice our thought patterns, to feel into that part of ourself that is devotion, to feel the part of ourself that shares this lifetime with humanity, and to feel into the part of ourself that is connected to every being that went before, every being that is here now, every being that will be. When we're connected to this inner place, we can feel ourselves flowing with that loving awareness. Shavasana can be a hard posture, hard to be still. In action, we can feel a sense of purpose, or maybe it's just easier. In stillness, we are challenged. I invite you to feel into the connection that Shavasana offers, the grounding. Allow your body to feel supported by whatever it is coming into contact with. I invite you to gently scan through your body and see where any softening could happen. Softening in the hips, the heels, the chest, the shoulders. Softening in the collarbones. Even feeling softening in the heart. Your heart moves toward the back body. Softening in the jaw, in the eyebrows, forehead. Softening in the eyes as your eyes float back towards your head. Allowing yourself to be soft. Feeling the flow of your breath move through you. Feeling your connection with the earth. Feeling your connection with the heavens. And breathing. Energy. Breathing in that life force. Drawing it into your own body and sending it out. Once again, take just a moment to notice the layers, physical layer, beautiful body, heart. Notice your emotional body, letting whatever is present be here. Noticing your thoughts, letting them come and go. Our remarkable ability to notice our thoughts. And then feeling in to that highest essence, your soul. Maybe you bring your hands to the part of your body that feels in connection with this soul, truest self. Be present for anything that stands out to you. Seeing the depth of your wisdom and your strength. The courage to move through the process. Your connection to this community. The love that we share. And then letting yourself again come back together. Seeing the layers of your being weaving together. Wholeness. Wholeness from the inside out. Whole just as you are, just as you always have been. Whole. Breathe into that. Breathe nourishing breath. And then when you're ready, Call in some movement, wiggling the fingers, the toes. If you're lying on the floor, you could turn to your side for one last pose, fetal pose. And wherever you are, I just invite you to remember that we have unlimited opportunities in this lifetime to come back to ourselves, to this place of wholeness that is always within us, to set our intention, to forgive ourselves, and to start again. As you're ready, come on back to a seat and we'll close our class together. Bring your hands to your heart as you're ready. You can stay right here, or you could follow with me if you like. Bringing the hands to the forehead, may there be peace in our thoughts. Hands to the mouth, may there be peace in our words and our actions. Hands to the heart, may there be peace in our hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that practice. I would like to invite everyone to share in their chat, maybe in a word or a phrase, how this practice felt for you. This change that we've done to this chair practice today, or maybe how we can incorporate this into our everyday lives as we are sitting at our computer desks, or I mean, even some of these you can do while driving in the car or walking or sitting on a bench in a park. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm getting a few peaceful, wonderful, easy to replicate, permission and spacious, restorative. So thank you all so much for sharing your experiences here. We do have about a 20-minute break before we will be joined by Reggie Hubbard to chat through normalizing grief, what that means, and how sharing our stories can help do that. I have dropped Rachel's contact information into the chat, so please grab that. You can also find her on GSN's website. But thank you so much, Rachel, again, for being here. We are so grateful to have you as a part of our world and doing this work specifically for All Abilities classes. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was an honor to be with you today.
Thanks.